Hello guys and welcome back to the channel for another episode of the Tactic Tester. Today we have an absolute phenomenal tactic on the tester and I can already say it is a beast. We've tested this a lot and some of you guys who may have seen, I've done a video on FM Scout about this tactic. I'm just going to flash up an image about it now, and I'll leave a link to that down in the description, so make sure you go and check out this tactic because we've done some rigorous testing of it over on the FM Scout channel, and I really wanted to put it through the paces on our tactic tester, and that's what we've got to do today. So before we get into things, I'm going to recap you guys of the rules. We're going to recap our current leaderboard, and then we're going to take a look at this unbelievable tactic. Let's get into it. So guys, just a quick reminder of the rules of this series. All tactics must have a proven record of success or achievement. All tactics will use the same team and fixtures for the test in our simulation, that is Arsenal. No transfers will be allowed to be made in either transfer window by that team. Tactics will be loaded in and the whole season will be simulated in one go. And all points, wins, goals scored and win percentage will be collected and displayed to find the best Football Manager 21 tactic out there. So we've had a lot of creators on this series already. Let's take a look at our current leaderboard. So then guys, this is the current leaderboard and the current top 10. GYRFM is still at the top of the leaderboard with his unbelievable 442 diamond wide, which got him a pretty impressive 76.36% win ratio. He's doing very well. Last week we welcomed on Atlas Gaming to the channel with his 433, which he's used in his game with Sao Paulo. He did finish third in the Premier League with 83 points, a very solid win ratio of 67.85%. It strikes me as crazy that you almost have to be getting to the higher echelons of the 60% win ratio to get even inside the top 10 on our leaderboard. So that's the leaderboard. We've reminded you guys of the rules. Let's take a look at today's tactic. So guys, we are back at Arsenal and we are ready to look at a insane tactic. So I've already loaded it up and here it is. This is GYRFM's all-symmetric tactic. Now GYRFM, as you've probably seen from the leaderboard, is still on the leaderboard. He's done very well. This is his second go on the tactic tester. He is phenomenal with coming up with tactics, and I think this is not going to be any exception to the rule. So from the positions, this is what we have. We have a sweeper keeper on defend, no extra instructions on him. We've got a fullback on attack with the added instruction of sit narrower. If you guys need to are doing this on Xbox and you want to take a look at the formation and stuff and you want to do these changes yourself, you click on that edit button and it will bring up all these options and make sure these are the options that you see. So the only one that he's added is sit narrower. Then you've got two central defenders. They come with these roles already as part of the role, as you can see in the darker green, and then the lighter green are additions. So they've got shoot less often, dribble less and hold position, and that is the same for both left and right centre back. On the left back position, it's an inverted wing back, so they come with the role instructions of cut inside with the ball, cross less often, sit narrower and roam from position. In terms of the defensive midfielder, they are set to defend. The additional one on this is to stay wider. The advanced playmaker on attack with the same options, just get further forward. On the left-hand side, winger on attack comes with all of these instructions already, so you don't need to do anything additional to that one. The attacking midfielder, just on support, has no added instructions. In terms of the inside forward on attack on the right-hand side, much the same, no additional instructions on this player. And then the advanced forward, same as before, guys, on get further forward and move into the channels. In terms of everything on the left-hand side on the tactical style, we start at attacking. In possession, we're fairly wide. We pass into space. We pass out of defense and focus play through the middle. Slightly more direct in terms of the passing directness. Extremely high tempo, never wasting time. Mixed crosses in the final third. We're not playing for set pieces. We're running at the defense and we are being more expressive. In terms of in transition, we are going to counter press. We are going to counter when we've won the ball. and we are going to roll it out as our distribution type. And in terms of out of possession, we are going to have a much higher line of engagement, a much higher defensive line, standard defensive width, extremely urgent pressing intensity, prevent short goalkeeper distribution, and we are going to get stuck in. So that's the breakdown of the tactic. What we usually do, we do a quick pick without restriction of the best 11, so you can see who is going to fit inside these roles, and kaboom, this is what we're looking at for Arsenal right now. We've got Leno in goal, Bellerin is the attacking fullback on the right hand side. I think he's very well suited there. Mustafi alongside Gabriel. I don't actually know how long Mustafi's out for. How long's he injured for? Come on, eyes. Come on, eyes. I can't see. How long's he injured for? 2 to 4 months. Ouch. Gabriel was the other centre back. Maitland-Niles is an interesting one as the inverted wing back on the left hand side. Thomas Partey is the defensive midfielder. Dani Ceballos is the advanced playmaker. Saka as a winger on attack. I'd be very intrigued to see how he gets on in this formation. Mesut Ozil is the attacking midfielder. This is on the old database, guys. The save was created and I didn't want to change it to the new database because I didn't want it to give anyone an unfair advantage. I think giving someone Martin Odegaard in this position is a massive thing. So this is on the original release database. So just to clear that mess up. The inside forward on attack on the right hand side is being listed as Willian, and then Aubameyang is the advanced forward. So guys, what we're going to do is we are going to simulate that whole season and we'll be back to find the results in just a few seconds. So then guys, we are back at the end of the season and I told you this was going to be a good one. Arsenal win the Premier League with 99 points. Kaboom. Absolutely mind blown. Finishing with a goal difference of 72 as well. In terms of top goal scorer, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang runs out top goal scorer this time with 41 goals. Highest average rating goes to Nicolas Pepe because he's got 25. Yes, 25 assists. Highest pass completion, Gabriel centre-back's kind of expected. Most player of the matches goes to Aubameyang and Nicolas Pepe, both with 11. 11 is a lot. Yellow cards, Gabriel and Thomas Partey with 11 apiece. 1 red card for David Luiz, Willian and Thomas Partey. Wouldn't be an Arsenal simulation without David Luiz picking up at least 1 red card, would it? So, interesting Premier League on this simulation. Brighton, Palace and Newcastle getting relegated, but the main one for me is Southampton finishing in 7th. Chelsea finishing in 8th and Spurs finishing in 13th. Ouch. So, they've won the Premier League. Have they won anything else? Let's click on the competitions tab and this is what we can see. So from right to left, English Community Shield, they won it. They beat Liverpool in the final, which is good. Third round, knocked out of the Carabao Cup by Blackpool. That's not good, is it? That is not good. But they did manage to redeem themselves in domestic cup trophies. They did win the FA Cup, knocked out in the Europa League semi-final by Real Madrid. That is a farce that Real Madrid are even in that competition. They should not be in the Europa League. And then obviously winning the Premier League with 99 points. Let's take a look at the Premier League though. Expand that table out a bit more. So as you can see, they've scored 106 goals, conceded 34, massive goal difference. Losses coming against Liverpool, West Ham and Burnley, interesting. Draws against Chelsea, Manchester United and Man City, 2 of those away from home. I think all of those are relatively decent results. So absolutely annihilated the competition in the Premier League. Let's go into the schedule then and see what happened. So Community Shield absolutely annihilated Liverpool 3-1 at Wembley. Trent with the own goal. Firmino pulling it level, and then Ozil and Reece Nelson getting the deciding goals there. So out of the Carabao Cup to Blackpool, conceding a 92nd minute equaliser and then losing on penalties away at Bloomfield Road. That's a real early black mark on this tactic. But other than that, guys, look at all this green. Don't get me wrong, I'm looking at the Europa League group. PAOK, Ludogorets, Wolfsberger, not great. 6 games, 6 wins, as you kind of would expect, right? But in terms of the Premier League, you've got some great results in here. 4-1 against Wolves, 4-2 against Leicester, 3-1 against Leeds, 1-0 against Spurs. Any result against Spurs as an Arsenal supporter will tell you is a very good one. Absolutely smashing their way through, beat Tottenham again down here, 2-0 in the game at the Emirates. First points they dropped in the season were away at Burnley. Vidra getting that goal there. to win that game 1-0. But look at this result, guys. Unbelievable. They play Manchester City in the double header at Christmas in this simulation, as everybody does. Boxing Day, smashed them 7-2 at the Emirates. Aubameyang with 5 goals, Willian and Kolasinac rounding that off. Raheem Sterling and Aguero with the 2 goals for Manchester City, who were 2-0 up. And then Arsenal must have just turned the gas on and just absolutely cooked them. And then drew 0-0 in the game at the Etihad or City of Manchester Stadium, whichever you prefer. And David Luiz was sent off after 44 minutes, which would have put a little bit of a dampener on the game. You'd like to think if David Luiz hadn't got sent off, they probably could have done a double over Manchester City in just 2 days. Winning all the way through January. Easier results in terms of the FA Cup, taking on Gillingham and then Fulham. And then we start to move into the business end of the season. So they beat Wolves, drew 1-1 with Manchester United, which we've seen 3 wins on the spin. They take on Braga in the Europa League knockout rounds, beat them 4-1 away and then 3-0 at home. That's a very comprehensive route through. The loss to West Ham's an interesting one. Sebastian Haller getting both those goals at the London Stadium. Another black mark on the season, maybe. Anyway, we move forward, winning all the way through March, taking on Napoli, again, another team that should not be in the Europa League, and beating them 6-1 on aggregate, absolutely smoking them in that first leg. Aubameyang with 2, Ozil and Hector Bellerin with the goals, and then the away leg, they won that one as well, just for good measure. Lorenzo Insigne with the consolation in the 86th minute, as Arsenal were already 6-0 up. Beating Liverpool in this game is no mean feat. Pepe and Lacazette getting the job done there at the Emirates against Liverpool, and then they carry on. RB Salzburg is literally like in this campaign, they played every team that dropped out of the Europa League. Arsenal played them, out of the Champions League, Arsenal would have played them. So RB Salzburg, they beat them 1-0 in the home leg, and then 4-3, they lost in the away leg, but the 3 away goals sent them through. Interesting to see that they lost that one. FA Cup semi-final then, they took on Southampton, absolutely pasted them 4-1, and then look at these 4-1s, 4-1 against Southampton, 4-1 against Chelsea, 4-1 against West Brom. Then for some reason, Real Madrid are in the Europa League. They have the game at the Emirates, Benzema with the late goal, making it 2-1 to give Real Madrid something to play for. They beat Brighton in the Premier League. Brighton were one of the teams that were relegated. Then they play the game at the Bernabeu, and things go a little bit wrong, don't they? Eden Hazard scoring 4 and Raphael Varane with a late goal. Aubameyang with the solo goal for Arsenal in this simulation. To be perfectly honest, Real Madrid shouldn't be in there, should they really? Who won the final? Real Madrid on penalties. They beat AC Milan. You'd like to have thought that if Arsenal were there, Arsenal could have probably done a job against AC Milan themselves. To round off the season, 2-0 against Villa, 5-1 against Everton, 0-0 against Chelsea, beat Wolves in the FA Cup final 3-2. Gabriel, Pepe and Maitland-Niles with the goals there. Losing to Liverpool on the penultimate day of the season, Gini Wijnaldum scoring 2, Sadio Mane with 1 as well. And then beating Manchester United on the final day of the season to lift that Premier League trophy. So, in terms of the squad, we'll take a quick look at the squad and see how everyone has got on. Let's organise things by... Let's go goals first. So, Aubameyang starting things off. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang on 41 goals. Then you've got Lacazette on 34. Nicolas Pepe on 22. What a season he had. Saka with 13. Willian with 13. And then you go into a few others who have got single digits. In terms of assists, though, Nicolas Pepe, what a season that is. 22 goals, 25 assists for him. Willian doing very well as well. 13 goals, 18 assists. 15 assists for Ceballos, 14 for Aubameyang, 12 for Saka, breakthrough season for him, 13 goals and 12 assists. 11 assists for Ozil, what's that? 10 for Bellerin, 10 for Elneny as well, who's had a very, very good return. In terms of appearances, it's no surprise it will be Leno who's played the most, then Gabriel, then Aubameyang, so that's interesting to see. And in terms of highest average rating, coming out on top is actually Pablo Mari, but how many games did he play? 1. So in terms of people who've played a lot, Nicolas Pepe is the player of the season, and by the looks of things, he's had a sensational year. I'm sure Arsenal fans will be wishing he was like this in real life. So let's take a look at the team report. Let's go into the analyst report. and see how this has been getting on. In terms of the general ability of this team, goals per game 2.79. This team outscores everything. Expected goals per game 2.26 is massive as well. Absolutely smashing things on the goal scoring charts. Let's take a further look at this. As you can see, sorry, this is the one we look at, the attacking efficiency. They have 19 shots per game and are aggressive with it and are very, very clinical. High amount of shots with a 15% conversion rate. 15%, guys, is ridiculous. They're very clinical. They average more shots per game than pretty much anyone else in the Premier League alongside Manchester United, but they convert more of them. In terms of conceding, this is where Arsenal have been, you know, relatively ropey at times in these simulations, conceding an opposition conversion rate of around 13.5% on 7 shots per game. So they face fewer shots per game, but concede more than would be expected from the number of shots that we face. Standard Arsenal in terms of that. So in terms of the formations used, guys, plus 79 in terms of clear-cut chances for and against compared to every single shape that they came up against, creating a chance every 33 minutes and giving away a chance every 79 minutes. In terms of formations faced, absolutely decimates the 4-2-3-1 wide with a positive clear-cut chance differential of plus 24, and that faced it 17 times. 4-3-3 DM wide, these are the two most popular formations in Football Manager right now, plus 17 on the differential. On that, is there anything it did struggle against? It got plus 10 against a 4-4-2 diamond narrow as well. Absolutely smashing that. Is there anything that there's a minus against? Okay, so there's a minus here, 3-5-2. No chances created. Chance against every 8 minutes. Used for 25 minutes. Okay, so they didn't really play a great deal of games against that formation. And then there's a -1 here against a 5-back, but again, used for 100 minutes, so not necessarily the biggest ones. Obviously the most popular ones, 1,484 minutes for the 4-2-3-1, and then 1,169 minutes for the 4-3-3. So let's get the calculator out. This is going to be a good one, guys. I'll see you in a sec for the leaderboard. It's happened, guys. We have a new person on top of the leaderboard. Not only is he at the top of the leaderboard, GYRFM is first and he's also 5th, showing that he is the go-to man for tactics this year. As you can see, 4-1-2-2-1 is kind of how I've listed this formation. It's won 3 trophies. It's won the Charity Shield. I know it's a cheap one to give away, but Arsenal are in it, so why not? They won the FA Cup and they won the Premier League. Winning the Premier League, he's only the 2nd person to do that. Last time he finished 2nd. They've won the Premier League this time, coming out with a total of 99 points, which is absolutely flawless. 177 goals scored is also the highest that we've seen for a long period of time. Goals conceded 54, did pretty well on the defensive end of the field as well, coming out with a goals per game of 2.95. 2.95, almost averaging 3 goals a game, but it's the win ratio that you have to look at, which is a breathtaking 85%. So guys, we have a new leader, and I have to say 85%, I don't think it will be beaten. I don't see anyone scoring 100 points in the Premier League. Come and try and prove me wrong, guys. If you do think you have a tactic that you think can definitely do the business and knock GYRFM off the top of our leaderboard, there is a link to my Discord down in the description. It will be the top link in the Discord. Make sure you go in the description, sorry. Join the Discord. We've got a whole channel for tactic tester submissions. Make sure you drop your tactic into there. But that is where I'm going to leave things for today, guys. Congratulations to GYRFM. He is our new leader on the leaderboard, and I can't believe that he's on there twice. He's in 1st, he's in 5th. Absolutely great tactician in Football Manager this year. If you have enjoyed today's video, don't forget to drop a like on it down below and subscribe if you are new around here. We will be back next Saturday for another episode of the Tactic Tester. Hopefully, I'll see you guys there.